Hi everyone, Carmen Broxma here from Arvada, Colorado. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and have been since 1998. If you were watching this earlier, I was trying to go live a minute ago and all of a sudden my phone died because I had it plugged in, but I guess I didn't have it plugged in all the way. So we will try this again. But anyway, let's see, on Tuesday I posted a card, an alternate card from the February 2021 Paper Pumpkin Kit. And on that day, I was working on redesigning this one right here. And so today, I'm going to take some more parts of that kit and design a different card using some of my other Stampin' Up! Products, just to show you that if you have other products, you don't have to stick to what's in the kit. You can design your own. But if you're new to making cards, the kits are wonderful because you can make them exactly. They give you the instructions. In fact, this is how it comes, and it gives you all the instructions on how to make the cards and how to make these 3 particular cards. But I like to add a little different touch to it. So today I'm going to show you what I did with my second idea. So in the kit came the card bases, and I'm going to go ahead and use this one today. And I'm going to go ahead and fold it up. And I decided that I really wanted to use the flowers, this set of flowers that's in this kit. I really like that. But I didn't want to make it the way they had it, so I went ahead and we have a die that comes with, it's part of the Butterfly Brilliance set. And in this set is this die here that looks like brick. And so I decided I wanted to try to do something with that on this card. So I went ahead and took that, and I went ahead and found a piece of the thicker basic white cardstock because I wanted to have a little more stability. And I took it, and I took this die and I just started placing it all over this thicker piece of cardstock to create my own little template using this die. And then I took, let's see, there's this, we have this, it's called rectangular stitched framelits, and I took it and I die cut it out of another piece of basic white cardstock because I wanted the edging and I wanted it to be kind of my focal point on the front of my card. But I wanted to back it up with another color, so I took a piece of the basic black and I cut it down. Now here's the thing, when you're making these cards, usually when you're matting your cards, the next size down is typically like 4 and 5 1/4. But because I went ahead and used the framelit to die cut the next mat, your dimensions get a little, if you do the 5 1/4 by 4, it doesn't leave you the correct amount of bordering. So now you have to get into the 1/16 of an inch. So basically my basic white now, my black is 5 5/16 by 3 15/16. Just so that I could get it to have a nice little border around there that I would go ahead and mount on my card front. So I went ahead and took this white that I cut out and I placed my created stencil over it. And then I took, we have these wonderful new blending brushes in the catalog, and I went ahead and took that along with the I went ahead and went with the basic gray, and I took that and I took my blending brush and I inked it up, and then I went ahead and I started sponging over these open areas. And the cool thing about it is you don't have to be precise. You can, and you don't even have to do the whole area. You can just do a little bit of it, and I don't want to do that on this card because I've already done it. And what happens is it turns out, and then you have this piece here, and I love that look so much. So what I'm going to do, and if you notice, see there's some light spots over here. I didn't do every area, and it gets lighter and darker throughout, but I think that's what gives this card a nice look. So I'm going to go ahead and start assembling my card, and let's go ahead and put some Stampin' Seal on the back of this so we can start mounting our card together. And there we go. So now we're going to try to get this on here even. And sometimes I like to use a liquid glue, so if I'm really trying to get it, I have some wiggle room, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a try this way. Then I'm going to go ahead and attach, well, adhere that to the front of my card base, which is, let's see, if you look at the back of the instructions that comes with your kit, it'll tell you the colors that's in this kit. And so this is the Rococo Rose, which is retiring, but it's part of this kit. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that piece to my card front. And try to get a nice little even border around. And because, like I said, I use the framelit to die cut my focal point, it's not going to be exact like if you cut it. So it looks like our sides are going to have more of a border than the top and bottom, but that's okay. Looks pretty good to me. So now I decided I wanted to use those bunches of flowers. So all I did was punched it out. They're already scored, and so all you have to do is punch them out of this sheet here. But I want to go ahead and pop this up because I think that'll give it that nice dimension. So I'm going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals, and in the kit they provide you with Stampin' Dimensionals, but I'm just using a set here that I have. And to give it that stability, I really suggest you put it in a lot of places so that it doesn't have that buckle, so that when you mail it, it doesn't get smashed. So the good idea is to put enough on there so it's pretty firm there. So now let's go ahead and take off the backings of these Stampin' Dimensionals, and we're going to adhere this bunch of flowers on the card. I think kind of like that is how I like it. It just really, I want to leave room for my sentiment. So I'm going to adhere it like that. And I already went ahead and prepared my sentiment ahead of time. And I used the Happy Birthday from the Pansy patch, which is going to be new in the new catalog that comes out on May 4th. And I love that Happy Birthday. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Wishing You a Little Extra Happiness just because you're you for the inside of my card. So I went ahead and stamped that on a scrap piece of basic white cardstock, and this has been my favorite punch. I just love this punch because it complements each other. So you can stamp your sentiment on white, and then you can punch it out, and then you can punch out the scalloped on another color, and that gives you this look, and I just really like that. That has been one of my favorite punches lately, and I am so glad that it is part of the new catalog as well. So I went ahead and put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of my sentiment as well, and I'm going to place that down here in the bottom right hand corner. I just think that'll look so nice. And then the inside is white, but it's just kind of boring to me. So I went ahead and did another die cut of that stitched rectangle like I did on the front. And I'm going to go ahead, because I just kind of wanted it to match. And so I'm just going to go ahead and I decided, you know, it would probably look nice. And I thought I had it here. What did I do with it? Well, I thought it would look nice to have, oh, here it is, to have this not just white on white, but to go ahead and also back it up with the black so that it'll match the front. And then it gives it gives it that little different look and contrast instead of it just being white on white. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the black. And probably what I should have done first. And so I think I'm going to take my chances, but I should have not put that adhesive on there first. I probably should have stamped this, because then if I mess it up, I don't want to mess up my whole card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this silicone sheet. Whenever you put adhesive on something and you're not thinking, you can put it on this silicone sheet and it won't stick. So let me go ahead and find my sentiment that I want to put on the inside, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. And I think for the inside I'm going to do the basic gray as well. So let's take that sentiment and ink it up and hope that I stamp it correctly and that I don't ruin it. So let's see if I can do this without making a mess. So keeping my fingers crossed that it looks good. Yay, I don't have any smudges or anything. Wonderful. So let's close up that ink pad. Now see, you can just pull this off of the back. The silicone sheet will not let it stick to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more adhesive in case that took off some of the stickiness. Ooh. And go ahead and adhere that to the basic black. And find that nice border on all the edges. Okay, and then we'll adhere that to the inside of the card. And that just gives it that nice extra contrast so it doesn't look so. And besides, this basic white doesn't quite match the white that's on this card base that came in the kit. Okay, so now of course we need to add some embellishments. So in the kit was this twine, and I believe it's the Mossy Meadow. And I decided, well, let's go ahead and make a bow with that. I'm not going to do that on here because that would just make me nervous. But I went ahead and made this little this little bow out of that twine. And now I'm going to find my glue dots to adhere it. So I'm going to take my glue dots and place my bow right there in the middle of that knot. And I'm going to adhere that right above the other bow that's on this flower bouquet. And I just think that'll look so, it'll just add another little dimension. And then in the kit came these embellishments, and they're black. And so I'm going to go ahead and adhere some of them as well to the card. And I don't know how I want to do this, because there's this lady I follow, and she likes to add black to all her flowers in the middle, and it just really pops it. So I don't know if I want to add it to all the flowers, but maybe I'm going to add black maybe to this big one and use one of the bigger sequins here. And I don't know, should I add the black to all the flowers or just that one? I think I'll just leave it with that one for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a couple others, maybe another big one. Whoa, that one just flung everywhere. And let's go ahead and these already have adhesive on the back, as long as you pick it up with the adhesive. I hope I did on that one. And let's go ahead and put that maybe over here. And then here's some smaller ones on here. So I like to add my bling in a multiple, in odd numbers. So I think I'll put a small one up here. And I think that'll do it. I don't think I need to add any more to that. So there you have it. There is another way you can change up what comes in the kit to make it your own. So hope you like that. And then I have one more that I want to do from this kit, but I need to get the pieces together before I show it to you all. And it's not one of my favorites. This one I think is my favorite so far out of the two that I've done. But I think it's because I just love the pinks and blacks together. So love it. So hope you all had a good time with that, and we will see you again later. Bye.